ain't, I wouldn't split my with him. These down there still a stack, he was trying to make a meal with him. When I call you twin, your eyes, my eyes, I promise I go spin with you. Her bestie, they hope. I'm throwing, you know I can't be. I hit the club with a special dough, you ain't even know it open. I went flat broke so many times, couldn't tell cause I ain't sure. I'm such a rock star, man, it's rips and all my clothes. It's tatted, I'm responsible for your I'm good at in there, thug and think they'll tell. I'm sitting first class with my bag, they saying I smell funny. Killing the game is all on. My young shaking some. 10K that's play money, I buy your base something. I spread some in blue, hunt look like I'm neighbor. I'll be back in the morning. Tell me how much you want it. You know these bags are strong, you break, you buy, you bust it open. You hang up posters with the reward, my swag was stolen. He wanted to up.
I'm Brian. Anderson with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill. Allie LaForce will be reporting from the sidelines. And it's going to be the Spurs off the tip. Pass to Davis. Rebounded by New Orleans. All right, Stan, what's your take on this very youthful San Antonio Spurs roster?
Well, Brian, they've got the guy to build around. They're very exciting to watch. They've been gaining momentum. They're coming together as a unit, as a roster. And look, this team's got a chance to be very good together.
Collins outside. Clock at 6. Spurs need to get one up here. Here's Davis. Clark grabs the board. And about a minute gone in the first quarter. Connects from downtown.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
And now we'll go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to visit with Willie Green.
And the point of emphasis in the game plan against Anthony Davis was to simply be more physical inside. Coach said we have to force him outside the paint and make him shoot those mid to long range shots. Sounds like they're willing to give up the outside shot to keep Davis from dominating the paint.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Here's Brunson. Drops in the layup for 2.
Inside Brunson is pretty deadly, just dropping his shot in.
There's the triple. Rebound, Anthony Davis. And so Davis will bring it up for San Antonio. Got a piece of it. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. New Orleans shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or a spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Pass to Collins. And Collins with the slam.
Collins so active around the rim.
Vassell outside. Gilgeous-Alexander up top. Here's Brown. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. Got it.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Now here's Vassell. Over Brunson. And he buries that one. Back rim and in. Spurs trail by 4. Stolen by Vassell. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. And Collins with the big block.
Well, Collins is a capable defender, especially when he gets the positioning he needs to block shots.
Brunson on the drive. Misses from short range. The Pelicans lead by 4. A nice shot by Gilgeous-Alexander.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
Down low. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. That shot, no good.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
Here's Brunson. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Daniel Gafford picks one up.
And each year, Brunson seems to get better. And that's a testament to his impressive work ethic and drive.
And so he makes both from the line. Stan, after his 12-year playing career, Willie Green has made a seamless transition into coaching.
Yeah, first of all, Willie Green is a person of very high character. Second, Brian, he consciously started preparing himself to coach while he was still playing, and then he was able to work on great staffs under great coaches, and now he's an outstanding head coach in his own right.
Gilgeous-Alexander into the lane. Rebound, Anthony Davis.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in. That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. And we've got a timeout called by Willie Green. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. New Orleans leading by 4.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Vassell. There's the 3. And again, New Orleans no good. And so it's San Antonio with it. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Devin Vassell is progressing offensively. He said, I feel like the game has slowed down, just making the right reads. I know I can get to my spots. I just want to show that I'm an efficient scorer and a willing passer. I'm trying to be the best player that I can be.
Yeah, love that work ethic, Allie. Thanks. San Antonio shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Well, what I like about Collins is that he doesn't play outside of himself, and that's why he shoots high percentages.
Stan, one of the most impressive streaks in sports history, the San Antonio Spurs, one of the smallest markets in the NBA, making 22 consecutive playoffs.
Yeah, and Brian, there's nothing that I respect more than consistent success year after year. I think it's harder than having that one great year. What San Antonio did in those years is incredible.
And they had a great sideline reporter out here, too.
Good-looking guy.
And I'll tell you what, if you're going to mix it up with Davis, you better be on your game. He's so powerful inside.
On the wing, Clarkson. Left side, Carter. Back to Clarkson. And the 3 off target.
Grab that one. However, so far they're getting a little out-hustled on the boards.
Pass to Davis. Over to the wing. Collins outside. There's the drive. And Collins with the slam.
He can slam it with the best of them. Collins with an all-star weekend-worthy dunk there.
Back to Cornet to stop the drought. He's off on that one. Excellent D there from Davis. And Davis slams it home.
Assist goes to
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. And that concludes the first quarter of play. San Antonio on top. They're up by 4. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break.
16.
Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Spurs.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
Well, I've also really loved watching them connect from the in-between area. I mean, they're finding ways to do damage consistently from there.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Starting to see more players throwing alley-oops to themselves off the backboard. Did you ever do that?
In practice, maybe, but although I had some leaping ability early on, I never had the audacity to do it in the real game.
And that pull-up is one of Clarkson's go-to moves, and you can see why.
Oh, he packs it down!
That is incredible.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim. Left side, Russell. And the 10-footer finds the target.
Yeah, in the pick and roll, you have to account for Russell. He's looking to score.
Kispert outside. And we played through the first minute here in the second. The rebound by Carter. And Russell's got the ball here for the Pelicans. And that one's good. Clarkson.
And they're trending in the right direction after a rough first quarter from the field.
Jerome attacking. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Seems like this offense is being executed the way it was designed.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach couldn't be happier with the results. And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. And then Porter with the dunk.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And, guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Clarkson, right side. Carter on the wing. Goes back up. And it's New Orleans with another.
Well, look, if he misses that shot, Coach might think of benching him. He's pretty fortunate he got that one to go.
Here's Eubanks. The shot no good. Oh, nice D from Carter. Here's New Orleans now. They're on a 12-4 run. Clarkson, left side. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Now it's a 6-point New Orleans lead.
I just love the ball movement.
Thomas up top. Checking his stats. He's scoring around 9.5 points per game. He drops in the 3. Thomas has got 5 points in the quarter.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Here's Thomas to the paint. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Grant, when you look at this Pelicans team, Their length is so impressive.
Yeah, they've made a point to draft players with big wingspans, and that really helps them on the defensive end. They're all very switchable.
Here's Thomas, and the layup falls. And it's now just a 1-point New Orleans lead.
And after a scoreless first quarter, he's finding his offense.
They've been keeping things close.
And now have a chance to jump back on top, B.A.
Knocks down the long J.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
To halt the run, Carter can't get it to go. Inside, here's Eubanks. Pass to Jerome. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
It was a strong move. The shot's just a little off.
San Antonio shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. First free throw is good. So both teams making some changes here. It's both from the stripe. Coach, you spent a lot of time in New Orleans. Coach form, as a matter of fact. It's a fun stop in the NBA. There's some amazing food in the Big Easy.
Yeah, Brian, I love the city of New Orleans. But when I coached there, it was in the pandemic. All the restaurants were closed. All the entertainment was closed. We couldn't enjoy the jazz or the food.
There's a minute 54 left in the second. To the inside. It's stolen by Pirtle. Now the Spurs moving it up the floor. De Silva with the bucket. And the Spurs lead by 6.
He's a good passer. I think that gets lost in Collins' ability to score the ball.
Clark with the screen. Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, Clark with the slam.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
And Gilgeous-Alexander with a block.
Read the eyes of the ball handler, and Gilgeous-Alexander able to get a hand up in time.
Well, he saw the defender back, and he got the look he liked from 3 and capitalized.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Pelicans are still developing their on-court chemistry. Coach Willie Green said this group is still pretty young in terms of being on the floor together. We're starting to figure it out. We just have to stay committed and continue to be elite on both ends of the floor, and it starts with our defense. B.A.?
They've really got something, Allie. Thanks. And no good. Pelicans trail by 3. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Brown. He drops it from range. Brown's got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, that's his second made 3 of the quarter. 3rd of the game so far. Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
SGA showing off the athleticism there.
They're making it look easy. Gilgeous-Alexander is so skilled. The ball on a string. And we see him do this time and time again.
Pass to Brown. Left side, Gilgeous-Alexander. And that misses. That would have put him up. Here's Hero. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, B.A.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. It's a tie game in New Orleans. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in a moment. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander is just that good, finishing the play through the foul.
All right, Coach, what are some qualities you're looking for in a lead guard?
Well, look, you want a guy that can make plays, that can control the game. When I first got into the league, people thought about point guards as traditional pass-first guys. But now it means more than that. You want a guy who can make plays, whether it's for himself or for his teammates.
6 on the shot clock. Lets it go. Hurdle grabs a miss.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Brown's shot is good. Brown's got 15 points.
Soft interior D, and they've exploited it.
Inside goes Brunson. Can't cash it in from close range.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
Gafford in the post. San Antonio with a rebound. Outside Brunson. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's going to go on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And you have to avoid getting too physical with Brunson because he'll get these calls.
Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Grant.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
Stolen by Davis. Pass to Hero. Outside for Davis. Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. And here's Gafford. Here's Clark. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA working through contact inside.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning because once he does, he makes you pay.
And Gafford with the block.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Here's Brown. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist. And now it's a 5-point Pelican lead. And so Hero will bring it up for the Spurs. To the middle. Here's Davis. And finished off by Davis.
Yeah, talk about guys that like to go right to the rim. AD is towards the top of that list.
Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And this will be his 3rd and 4th free throws of the game here.
The skills of SGA, they're so unique. His ball handling, shooting, length. Not a lot of guys like Shai in the league.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
New Orleans leading by 5. It's tipped. And they're able to recover. Second chance effort. Taking it inside. SGA.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
Pass to Eubanks. Here's Jerome. And it's Cornette with a rebound. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And there it is for him. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 16 points.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run. The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave them all alone at the arc.
And again, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 18.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Pass to Thomas. .136 left to the third quarter of the game. The shot comes out.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving it.
Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
All it takes is a sliver of daylight, and Gilgeous-Alexander will exploit it.
And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Oh, he misses the easy stuff.
I think this is a rare case of being overcommitted. He tried to go all out at the rim, and they stifled him. Well, they're behind, but it's certainly not because of him. He's doing everything he can. He just needs more help from his teammates.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense. A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. So both teams changing it up here.
Third team foul. Substitution on the court.
Clarkson outside. Left side Carter. Outside Russell. And again, no good by New Orleans. Hero for three. What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for New Orleans. An insane quarter. No one could stop him. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. Spurs trail by 12. Brunson on the drive. He got a piece of it. They get it back.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Pure from three-point range. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Well, they're shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You got to love that intensity.
And we also got to talk about the number of points they've scored in transition, just jumping all over the opposition in this regard.
Picked by Carter. Plenty of space. And he can't get that one.
All alone from mid-range. You got to think he's kicking himself.
And Brunson, here we go. Collins outside. Back to Brunson. 4-3. The Pelicans pull it in.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Back to Russell. Stolen by Davis. Back come the Spurs in transition. De Silva with the bucket.
And you don't need a roadmap when he's got open court in front of him like that.
Well, the best way to attack is in transition. He recognizes that.
The shot by Russell, no good.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
You know, some threes look better than others, and Brunson's lefty stroke from three is a beautiful thing.
Pass to Carter. The baseline J is on the way. Trent's shot is off. Spurs trail by 8. On the attack, Hero. Inside. Here's Collins. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
And during the contact, Collins plays it smart and makes sure he's fouled in the act.
The Pelicans making a switch here. And he can't hit the second.
And they're doing strong work on the glass. A +5 advantage for them.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Well, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Brunson misses. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Pelicans. They've got a 9-point lead. And if you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Just 4 to shoot. The shot. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 28 points for the game. Brunson kicks it out to Collins. Pass to Brunson. Back to Collins. Lets it go from deep. Buries it from 3. Collins has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, when you're not right up on Collins, he senses that, and he can make you pay off the catch.
And we've got a timeout called by Willie Green, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Willie Green coaching his team during that last break. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, B.A.
Thank you for that, Allie. Pass to Clark. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. That's short off the rim. Spurs trail by 8. Hero with it. And Clark picks him up defensively. Hero outside. And it's in there.
Terrific energy at both ends to sustain this run.
Yeah, it's normally the defense that fuels a comeback, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
Pass to Brown. Clark with the screen. Here's Brown. He's guarded by Hero. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Vassell. Rebound, Anthony Davis.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
And it's the Pelicans on the break. Here's Gafford. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. The ball's knocked loose. And stolen by Brunson. Kicks it to Hero. Takes a 3. Fires in the triple. And now just a 3-point Pelican lead.
Well, they really needed a hoop, and Hero steps up.
Here's Vassell. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, they needed a bucket right there, and it's Vassell who answers the call.
And they're on the run. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
From behind the arc. Rebound by San Antonio. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Hero for 3. Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
First team foul.
Stolen by Davis. Pass to Brunson. Collins right side. Stolen by Gafford. The shot's good.
Great recognition. Understanding that that one is all hell.
Robert De Niro, I bet that he wouldn't trade me. Look at the game like pay me. Nothing at all could break me. Word in New Jersey, it made me. I'm like the old three Ness. Just a kid, but compete with the best. 24/7 breaking the sweat. Put my game to the test. I'm like the janitor. Call me to clean up the mess. Put the ball in my hands. I don't care if you contest. Wake up, put in work, go to sleep. But even in my dreams, I work on my technique. On a different time, like Protect Philippe. I want janitor engraved on my AP. But competition's in the way. I put in the work to put them away. I don't care about the fame. I'm married to the game. Make them respect the name. In love with the clutch like Dane. Ready for fire and rain. Glory comes after pain. It's only me at the gym. I feel like the janitor. It's only me in the stool. I feel like the janitor. When all the lights are dim, I'm like the janitor. For all the work I do, I'm like the janitor. Janitor time. 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 Janitor time.
Check this out. Run it back. Everybody's jumping, jumping, dance. Everybody's jumping, jumping. Everybody's jumping, jumping. Honeys be moving their bodies, they be moving their hips so fluidly. Bass be bumping, so we be jumping. Welcome to the party, yeah. We got food if you're hungry, some side if you want it. In the back if you're thirsty. And every bad at the party, yeah. We vibing and grinding one night. And I think that we did it this time. Got guys in the corner, they are. Shawty done had a last for the night. Little mama came up and caught me by surprise. You know that your boy had to shoot a shot. Now we face to face, both our eyes locked. I came up forward and said, hey there, little mama. If you need a dance partner, I'm more than happy to help you. Come here. I turned her around, her body on mine. She slid in my hand. On her, she holding on tight. She followed my lead. She said it feels nice, you from around here, not just for the night. She gave me a number, said call me sometime. She left the party with her friend by her side. 12 pulling up, hands outside with your up. Lay it low, go ahead, crank that up. This not blocking, I say when we stop. But we ain't stopping.
Time to start the weekend in style. We welcome you to Friday Night Basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. Our reporter, Allie LaForce. Tip-off goes to New Orleans. Here's Vassell. Hits the trifecta. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Booker attacking. Outside for Green. Here's Anunoby. The Pelicans pull it in. Right wing. Tipped. Here's Brown. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Gafford. Shoots over Booker. And it's Gafford missing.
Boy, not the kind of start they wanted. Only 1 for 4 so far.
Booker looking around. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
The easy money there for Booker. You can't let him get this close with the ball.
And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for the Pelicans. Pass to Vassell. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Avdia picks him up. Here's Clark. Oh, Clark with the slam.
And Shea's playmaking is really exceptional. Highlighted there with the perfect pass.
And in recent seasons, Grant, almost no team's been hit by the injury bug as much as the Hornets.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, you wonder what they could have done if they'd stayed healthy. They built the team around key players, and those guys have just missed a lot of time. Now, that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Booker, good.
Having his way with the defense, Booker creates separation and nails the shot.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I caught up with Coach Charles Lee. Our topic was how he'll defend Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Coach was straightforward, saying Shai demands so much attention with the ball that he can warp a defense. We'll need to stay disciplined and not get caught watching the play. We'll see how that approach works out for them, guys.
Allie, thank you. Charlotte's shooting their first free throw of the night. And it's tied up with that one. Grant, when you look at Draymond Green's career, you think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
You know, B.A., I believe so. He's won multiple titles, and we know how impactful he has been as a defender and distributor especially. I think we'll see him in Springfield one day.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first.
Luke Cornett, Wendell Carter, Gary.
Here's Russell. Pass to Carter. Now Vassell. Clock at 6. Now Russell. Puts up a deep three. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
Even from deep range, Russell was dialed in, taking a tough shot and making it look easy.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. Booker's got 12 points.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
Vassell left side. Right side, Russell. Puts up a three. Vanderbilt pulls it in. The Hornets with a lead. Off the outside. Into the lane. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Now, what's the saying? Don't box out. Get your feelings hurt.
To the paint. Here's Carter. And it's slammed in by Carter.
No margin for error that time. Big time slam from big man Carter Jr.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Outside Anunoby. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Pelicans trail by 4. Here's Russell. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's going to be on OG Anunoby.
You know, Russell's known for his scoring ability, but I like the fact that he's eager and hungry to continue to improve.
Grant, when you look at this Pelicans team, their length is so impressive.
Yeah, they've made a point to draft players with big wingspans, and that really helps them on the defensive end. They're all very switchable.
Now here's Booker. 12 points for him. And Booker with the jam.
Yeah, you expect tremendous effort from a scorer like Booker, but it's still impressive to see him delivering.
Pass to Brown. Let's go with a three. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Now here's Anunoby. Now Vanderbilt. He's checked by Carter. Off the outside. And it's Jordan Clarkson with the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. 3rd team foul. Pelican substitution.
58 seconds left in the opening quarter. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Yes, so good to see Booker knocking down the corner triple. A go-to scorer with considerable range.
Cornett. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
He shoots it. Here's Green. Off the outside. Second chance effort. Outside for Booker. 6 to shoot. Second shot opportunity. And he sinks the layup. Booker's got 19 points.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Here's Russell to the wing on the left. Clarkson outside. Picked by Carter. Clarkson attacking. Trent for 3. Drills it from deep.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. Devin Booker. He's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for the Hornets. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Hornets?
In the early goings, their effort level has been exceptional. The speeding around the defense and opening up options with good penetration.
In addition to that, they've thrown their weight around inside tonight, too, thumping and bumping in the paint. A lot of their points have come from inside.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Charlotte leading by 4. Now here's Watford. Stolen by Russell. 4-on-1. Here they go. 3-pointer. And another 3 for New Orleans.
Boy, you look at D'Angelo Russell. He's got a sweet stroke. The lefty can knock it down from 3, but always seems to be playing at his pace, under good control.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, the Pelicans are still developing their on-court chemistry. Coach Willie Green said this group is still pretty young in terms of being on the floor together. We're starting to figure it out. We just have to stay committed and continue to be elite on both ends of the floor. And it starts with our defense. BA?
They've really got something, Allie. Thanks. Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, BA, and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
The putback. The rebound by Carter. He got it. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Pelicans.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
Back to Clark. To the middle. Out of bounds. It'll be Hornets ball. Second quarter of action. About a minute and a half played. And here's Pokusevski. No made baskets yet. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes.
The shot by Russell, no good. Pass to Sharp. Back to Pokusevski. Russell with the rebound.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
And that one's good. Clarkson.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
And out of bounds, the Pelicans will take it.
A sloppy turnover. When you're not locked in, pay the price.
Daniel Gafford. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
New Orleans in the lead. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And it's slammed in by Carter.
Just a real solid understanding of how to exploit the defense. Carter Jr. impressive at positioning himself in these situations.
Watford gets the bucket.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Russell attacking. Good. Russell's got 6 in the quarter.
Love the take from Russell. D'Angelo just slicing his way inside with confidence.
Double team on Russell. Outside Carter. Back to Russell. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Hornets with the rebound. The Lakers will be traveling in to face them after this one. Here's Johnson. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Beverly shot off. On offense, here are the Pelicans. They're on a 13-5 run. Pass to Russell. Trent outside. Back to Russell. Just 5 to shoot. The 3 is up. Sharp grabs the miss. Hornets trail by 4. Johnson with it. Russell covering. It's Pokusevski on the wing. Over Carter. Pokusevski the miss.
putting up a goose egg, bageled this period. At this point, you have to run the offense through somebody else. I mean, that's your only choice.
Outside Russell. Carter inside. Rebounded by Johnson. On offense, here are the Hornets. Here's Pokusevski. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. The Pelicans making a switch here. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for New Orleans. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Beverly. On the break. And he hits it to tie the game.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Clark outside. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Beverly. Nice shot from 10 feet out. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second bucket on the night.
There's so many facets to SGA's game. He's equally good from all 3 levels.
Back to Beverly. Here he goes. And the shot goes.
You can't leave a lane to the basket available for Beverly, because if you do, he jumps on it quickly.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Kicks it out to Clark. And it's a big finish right on Draymond Green. Oh, my goodness.
B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good.
I can't fault the guy for adding a little flavor to things. I'm fine even if he'd have missed it. I don't mind taking a chance to spruce it up a little bit.
On the wing, Vassell. Avdia with a steal. It's a tie game in Charlotte. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
The Pelicans, 36.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And here are the Hornets now. Back to Booker. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there. And neither can he.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Devin Vassell is progressing offensively. He said, I feel like the game has slowed down, just making the right reads. I know I can get to my spots. I just want to show that I'm an efficient scorer and a willing passer. I'm trying to be the best player that I can be.
Yeah,
Straight baskets in the paint now.
Yeah, and Gilgeous-Alexander is a fighter, someone that challenges the defense and bullies his way through contact.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense is elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Stolen by Vanderbilt.
Well, that was a superb read defensively. He jumped right into the passing lane the instant the ball left the passer's hand.
Great run out and the pass right on target. Outstanding transition offense.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. And we're about a minute and a half in the second half. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Clark. Pass to Cornette. And the Pelicans miss again. And so Anunoby will bring it up for Charlotte. Stolen by Vassell. On the wing, Vassell. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Jared Vanderbilt picks one up.
And a wily move by Vassell. A little pump fake action to get the defense off kilter.
Grant, compared to some of the flashier scores, Devin Vassell has a more workmanlike approach.
Yeah, he can quietly drop a big game on you. He doesn't draw attention with stylish plays and big circus shots. He just grinds it out by finding his looks.
A hard-fought matchup. 7 lead changes thus far.
And these teams have been sparring from the get-go, neither able to land the knockout blow.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
Outside Booker. Gafford with the block. And they get it back. Here's Pokusevski. Good D by Clark. New Orleans in the lead. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. And it's Anunoby picking him up. Vassell outside. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. They get it back to the right side. Here's Brown. Shot clock at 6. Goes back up. Rebounded by Green.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
And he gets that one. Anunoby's got 8 points.
Strong pass there to set up the basket.
Pass to Brown. Fires for 3. The Hornets pull it in. Here's Pokusevski. We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. Scores off the spin. Pokusevski's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, I love watching him carve his way inside and capitalize.
Oh, stolen by Anunoby. Here's the break. Here's Avdia. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
First team foul.
Yeah, really left him no choice there. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
The Pelicans making a switch here. That one's no good. The Pelicans trail. Trent from long range. Drops in the 3. He's got 6.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Pass to Vassell. The 3 connects from downtown.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Johnson on the take and slammed it home, and a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's going to go on Gary Trent, and this will be a second trip to the free throw line.
And every year, Johnson seems to get better. His drive to want to be great is admirable. Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
And Booker, cash on the 3. All right, well, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hornets.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
You know, we've got to talk about how they've continued to force turnovers and turn those turnovers into points. They came out aggressive, and they've not let up.